Shalom, family. So I like to regularly, usually on a daily basis, muse and think about things that we don't know yet and that are interesting. You should have all sorts of musings in your brain that you're thinking through and wondering about and speaking to the Lord about. One of these, the most recent one for me, and I've touched on this one before in my life a couple of times in my mind, is the shortening of the days, right? So in Matthew 24, verse 22, it says, "And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened." It's talking about the tribulation period, the 7-year time frame of the tribulation. It's going to be so bad. There has never been a time like this in the past of human history until now, and there will never be again. That is how bad it is. People can't seem to grasp that statement, firstly. So really, really bad. The devil's goal here is to wipe out Israel and wipe out mankind, destroy everything that he resents about us. So there's that. Now God says, if he didn't shorten those days, no flesh would be saved. So now there's a lot of thinking around that. How do you shorten those days? It's a defined amount of days. They definitely give us day counts for the duration of the tribulation period. And that's how we know it's a week of years, it's 7 years and so forth. The exact days, 360-day prophetic years, and how the whole thing works out perfectly. So if it's going to be that amount of days, how do you shorten them without removing some of those days and then nullifying the day counts in the first place? Well, if you don't nullify the day counts, but you shorten the actual 24-hour days, you would make the time less, wouldn't you? So then we dive into the Greek in that verse, Matthew 24, verse 22. And the word for shorten there, ekolobotesan, right, means to cut short, to shorten, to abbreviate, or to dock. So if you have your salary docked, if you're in a salaried position, then they take a portion of your net gains that you would have received. So you were receiving $100, now you're going to receive $80 because we've docked $20 for taxes or whatever. So you're taking a set amount and you're making it less. The amount is still a portioned amount, if you're with me in my train of thinking here. And so that would mean you're looking at a 24-hour day being shortened. Then if you go to the Greek word in the same verse for days, it's hemerai. And hemerai means in Greek, this is the fun part, sunrise to sunset. You can't get that wrong. You can't misunderstand that. You can't misinterpret that. It is a day, 24-hour day, sunrise to sunset. That is a day. If that had not been shortened, docked, cut, abbreviated, no flesh would be saved. Interesting thought, don't you think? The days getting shorter in the tribulation period as it goes along to save the flesh. Then you get an article that they've dropped now again recently that I saw yesterday come across my feed. NASA, obviously very trustworthy, NASA confirms massive dam in China, we did a video on that dam, has changed the Earth's axis and shortened the days. Interesting. It's just really interesting with these musings and then this article popping up. And now that by creating this massive dam, they've shortened the days and changed the Earth's axis. That's mankind messing around. So what happens when God gets involved and tweaks things? It's going to get interesting. There's so many fun things like that to muse about and think about and just see how incredible our God is and all his planning and things that go into it that we have barely even begun to understand. How great is our God and how great is his grace and his mercy towards us. Not wanting any to be lost. Shalom.